Talk about your thoughts on the season so far and just kind of working with the kids and everything.
Yeah, so far it's been a lot of fun. We're learning a lot. Like, this is my first time working with 13 and 14-year-olds. So like, I don't know what a good 13 and 14-year-old player looks like. I don't know what a bad one looks like, but like, we got kids out here working hard, and that's the biggest thing, and we're getting better. Like, we've seen so much improvement. We've been fortunate enough to do some indoor stuff throughout the winter. So you see them do that, and then you see them progress and get better every day. And that's the biggest thing. And we played Sturgis last week, and we played awesome. Our 13-year-olds played awesome. Our 14-year-old played awesome. We made great plays on defense. We threw strikes. We hit the ball hard. We did everything that we could want. So it's one of those things that gets you a taste of how good we can be, but can we be consistent, and can we do that every single time out? So.
Gotcha. Yeah, what's it like? I mean, obviously, kind of covering you guys throughout the whole off-season process, and then also being able to kind of play in a setting like that where it's, you have some insight where you can get done. What's that just kind of do from a competitive perspective, but also a development perspective?
Yeah, it's huge. I played baseball here. I'm a class of 2004. We didn't have anywhere we could play inside. So, we didn't play baseball until there was baseball weather. And as you know, being around here, that might be an awesome day in February, and that might not be till the middle of May. So we were really hamstrung in that for our development, and we have the ability to get and hit anytime we want and throw off a mound anytime we want, and to do all these things. The Sturgis coach commented after we were just hitting balls in the outfield, we were blasting lasers all around. He's like, looks like you guys have been hitting for 4 months. And I kind of want to be like, yeah, we have been. Like, we've been inside taking hacks and hacks and hacks and hacks, but for hours and hours and hours for months. So like, we're so much further along developmentally than we would be if we didn't have the ability just to get in and hit inside. It's huge for us.
When you mentioned being a part of the 2004 class here at Spearfish, what do you think in terms of like give me a little bit of your background, just going as from a Spearfish baseball player to now where you're at?
So I played here, graduated in 2004. Went and played baseball at Mount Marty College from 04 to 09. From there, I went to West Virginia University, got my master's there in athletic coaching, and worked with strength and conditioning. I worked mainly with football, baseball a little bit. The next 2 years I spent at the University of Florida, 2011 and 12, worked with baseball, football, softball. And then from there, summer 12, went to Ohio State University, spent 12 years there working with baseball, mainly, some other sports as well, pistol rifle, lacrosse, cheerleading, pole vaulting, a whole bunch of different things. So just working with a bunch of athletes. And then my wife and I are both from here. We wanted to come back to Spearfish, and I basically said, if you can find a job in Spearfish, I'll go. She had an interview the next day, and then we moved back here in July. So we wanted to be closer to family, and like, I wanted to be able to help out with this kind of stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So what's it kind of been like, obviously having all that experience, just top level programs.
Yeah.
Now to where you see Spearfish is at, and kind of making it, being able to get the programs where you want to.
Yeah, no, and like I said, I don't have really great frame of reference for youngsters. So for me, sometimes they'll call it the curse of knowledge. You forget how much you know, and it's really hard to go back and like my kid's 8, and I have a lot of trouble teaching him really basic stuff because I haven't had to coach it and haven't had to work about it. So it's like, we have awesome people that working with the super young kids, and then you get that good foundation, and then hopefully you have a love for the game. So like, the biggest thing is that you want to come play baseball or whatever sport you're working on. It's like, we want you to enjoy it. So we have these great people that help these little kids hopefully want to play the game, and then we'll continue to grow them. They'll move through the ranks, and then hopefully, like, I'll still be here and loving this thing, and then we'll start to push and get a little bit more complicated and get into that stuff. But like, you have to have the fundamentals and the building blocks before we can get there. Otherwise, we jump in, and I'm frustrated because you don't know, and you're frustrated because you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. And like, I remember seeing that with like, I had some good coaches, but they would tell me things, or they'd coach me up on things, and I wasn't at that level, so I didn't know what they were talking about. And then like, I remember 6 years down the road, I'm 25 years old, and I'm like, it'd be like 9 years down the road, I'm 25 years old, I'm like, oh, I know what he was talking about. Like, I didn't understand it in the moment. So it's like figuring out what they know, and then how can we just push that and push that and push that, and until we have really good baseball programs. But it starts with little kids going out, and the young coaches, the coaches with the younger kids, teaching them fundamentals, them enjoying the game and wanting to keep playing. Because, right now our numbers, we don't have a lot of kids. I wish we had more. And somewhere along the line they quit. Because there's always good numbers at the 7, 8, 9, 10, and then somewhere around there they go bye-bye, and that's not awesome, because baseball is a game that there's late developers, right? I mean, you hear all the time about the guy that played in the big leagues that didn't have any college offers, and he walked on at a JUCO, and then he got really good. Yeah. So it's you don't know, and the nice thing about baseball is you don't have to be 6'5", 275 pounds and just an absolute freak. Those guys exist and they play, but there's a lot of dudes, if they walk down the street, you'd be like, you're a millionaire? You're a ball, you throw 100? Wow. So it's you never know. So we want these kids to play and we want them to enjoy it and then stick around and then you see what happens. So it's a numbers game.
So what about, when you talk about being at all the places that you've been, and again, I understand that the talk of getting recruited is always a tough thing.
Yeah.
When you talk about, you're from West River, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
In terms of getting recruited, how do you kind of pole vault or kind of get springboard that conversation? Where does it really begin?
Yeah, I think it starts with kids that want to play, and then challenging themselves and realizing where they're at, and then realizing that's okay, and then deciding what they want to do to get better. So you can talk all you want about I want to be a great player, but then you're a skinny kid, you don't eat, you don't hit the weights, you don't take extra BP, you don't go play catch, and we have the indoor places now, right? So you can do that, and you can push yourself and become a lot better and see how good you can get. Getting out there, playing in these tournaments, watching really good players, see what they do, try to be better than them. Always try to be the best player on the field. We want to be great teammates, and we want to be a great team, but I wanted to be, my thing is I played center field, I wore number 24, and in college I'd hit either 1 or 3 when I was playing. I wanted to be the best center fielder, I wanted to be the best 24, and I wanted to be the best 3-hole hitter. And if I was that, then I had a chance to be an all-conference player, right? If I was always the best in those spots, then I knew that I could go on. So if I'm a high school kid, I'm playing shortstop, I'm number 11, I'm hitting 3-hole, I want to look at their 3-hole, I'm going to compare myself to him, I'm going to compare myself to their shortstop, and then whoever that guy is, I want to be better than him. And know if it came down to him or I, it's me, because I outcompeted him, I did everything right, I was a great teammate, and then made my way that way. So it's a lot of competing, putting yourself out there, not being afraid of failure, because there's going to be somebody that's a lot better than you. I always think baseball, high school baseball is probably the most unfair thing in the world. If you think about it, you got a kid that just failed his biology test in 9th period in California, and then he's got to go up against a kid that's throwing 97 that's going to be a first rounder the next day. You got kids that are just trying to happy to be here, and then you got some kid in June that's going to get paid $4 million, right? And so it's you're going to get humbled at some point, and that's okay. And then do you bounce back and you want to keep playing? So
what's the common denominator being at places like Ohio State and Florida? What do you see among athletes? Maybe it was early child, getting them involved as an early athlete, or just some things that you think got them there?
I think it starts just like I said with young, them playing when they're young and enjoying it and want to keep playing. Baseball's a hard sport. You're going to fail a lot. You have to want to keep coming back, and you have to understand how to get better. I always say baseball's not a try-hard sport. So if I'm a football player and I'm a running back, I can try really, really hard, and I'm probably going to be good. If I'm a wrestler, I can try really, really hard. It's probably going to help me, right? I'm going to keep attacking and attacking. If I'm a baseball player, if I try really hard, I'm going to do bad, right? I have to have the right pitch to come. I have to be confident and do the right things when I have the opportunity. So how do I sit back and figure out how to deal with failure and not go about the typical way we would do with most sports, where it's just I'm going to grind my teeth and push harder, because you're just going to dig yourself that hole, and then you're not going to have any fun, and then you're not going to do well, and it's just turns into this vicious cycle, right? So it's learning how to deal with failure, it's enjoying the game, and then obviously having ability, but then doing all the little things to get better. Yeah. So
now that you find yourself, obviously you guys play well against Sturgis and everything.
Yeah.
What's it kind of like just from a developmental phase where, okay, we had a great game against Sturgis. What's it kind of like being able to keep kids grounded and also just kind of keep them developed?
Yeah, and baseball, you have to have that positive thought, right? So we definitely want them thinking about the things they did well. Everybody, like, we came out in the huddle afterwards, and everybody that played hit the baseball hard. Like, you're going to have some dinky hits every once in a while, but like we had line drives, just rockets all over the field. Everybody got one. So it's like we can put that in the back of our mind and think about, like, what did I do? How'd that feel? And have that. So like to have that for the 14-year-olds, the first game, like you can build off that for the entire year, and you can save that feeling, and that can save you like when things aren't going well. But at the same time, we did there were a couple plays, like we're going to work on like some base running stuff. We didn't do very well, right? So it's like, it was great to do almost everything. Like we're like 95%, but there was 5% that we can work on. So it's like we have a plan for how we can do those things a little bit better. And then we can go back to like, oh yeah, I threw a lot of strikes. Oh yeah, I hit that baseball really hard. Oh yeah, I did, I have like those positive things to put in the bank that we can build off of hopefully for the entire year.
Gotcha. And so for maybe the players that, or maybe kids that haven't played at all or just kind of looking at the sport, what would you kind of say to them?
Oh, try it. So we have a kid who plays on the 14U team that's never played. He's just a good athlete, and someone got him to come out, and like, I'll be honest, the first time we were inside, it wasn't pretty, but he came back every day, and like how hard it is to do especially if you're a good athlete, to do something you're not good at is really hard. It's easy, like, I'm not very good at that, I don't want to do it. Kept coming back. He steps in there and hits a line drive through the right side and gets an RBI. It's his first at bat ever. Like, and everyone was fired up. It's like, you can do it if you want to, right? And you just got to keep trying, enjoy it, and see what happens. But try. You never know. You never know.
I think I got everything I was kind of looking for. What do you?
Cool.
What's kind of your expectations for the rest of the season, and really just from a team perspective, maybe even personal goals?
Yeah, no, I think it's obviously like getting better every time out, and not taking big steps backwards. I know like success isn't linear, right? We're gonna be here, but hopefully we're working our way up, and we didn't go, oh, that was awesome, oh no, So like just continuing to build, continue to get better, continue to do the easy things well, and then occasionally make a great play. And if you can do that, if you can make the plays you're supposed to make, occasionally make a great play, and when you make a mistake, put it away, then you can have a really good season. So that's what's it come down to for us.
You mentioned put it away there. And how mental is a game like baseball where you have to?
Huge. It's you versus the ball. Like, it's, if you're the hitter, everyone's watching you hit. If you're the pitcher, everyone's watching you pitch to the hitter. If you're the shortstop, when the ground ball is hit, everyone's watching you. You can't hide, right? Like the ball comes to you, you either make the play or you don't. So sometimes you don't, and you're gonna have another chance. And like you got to be the guy that wants the ball again, and you're not thinking about that play, and you're not thinking about like, oh, I just made an error, it's short, and then you come up to hit, and you're thinking about the error you made, and then you strike out, and then you're thinking about striking out, and then you get another ground ball, and then it's just like, oh my Lord, and then all of a sudden baseball's not very fun. So it's just like, how can we put that away and get over it and get ready for the next thing, because guys are gonna have 200 at-bats, right? You're gonna strike out, you're gonna have bad at-bats. How do you get to the next one and go from there? So
and that's another thing too, is like, I don't mean to be brash, but I feel like, sometimes you're going to run into players that maybe just don't listen, or they maybe don't want. How do you get them from a point to where it's like, okay, if you just do this one thing, like, you will experience success? And what it's also like when they do listen and get them to that, when you're like, see, I told you.
Yeah, and the best is when it clicks. And being a coach and being a parent is, you can tell a kid something 100 times, and then a different coach will say the exact same thing, and they'll listen, and it clicks. And then you're like, I told you that. Remember when I said that 100 times? Like, no. Okay, well, like, now I just have to be happy that now you understand. And I don't care why, I care that. Like, I don't care why you're doing it right, I care that we're doing it right. And like, so it's just like, it's great having a bunch of different coaches out here, because we're all on the same page, we're saying the same things, and it's not going to hit for every kid from me, but if it hits from another coach, doesn't matter to me, right? We're going to figure things out, we're going to get a lot better. So yeah, super frustrating, but like when it clicks, you're like, okay, thank God, here we go, we figured things out finally.
Awesome. Well, any final things you'd like to add or anything like that?
Cool. No, just happy to be back and excited and excited to see what happens and how things go. So, yeah, cool.
Well, Coach Hansen, thank you.